It's a weekly recap with Joey and Dave talking about what happened this week, what music we like, and we're just going to get on into it.
Let's do it.
So, there are bed bugs taking over Paris right in the middle of Fashion Week, which is just hilarious. It's not great. Like, this is a huge thing. But I just imagine all these, like, models and, like, just the Kendall Jenners of the world, like, losing their shit over being infested with bed bugs. And this is before the Olympics are going to be there next year.
Yeah, that is interesting that you have some of the most sensitive people all in one place and there's a bunch of bed bugs, which are not great and they bite you. We've had some experiences with bed bugs ourselves.
No, we haven't.
Didn't you not have bed bugs?
We had fleas.
Fleas, bed bugs.
Different.
Similar.
Yeah, still not great. Still not great.
Still not great.
But yeah, I just could not imagine. Like, especially, what if like you're going on your honeymoon, dream honeymoon, going to Paris, love's in the air, you're on top of the Eiffel Tower, and you get bed bugs. And then you bring them on the plane, you bring them back home, they're in your suitcase or in your shit or wherever else you go. Like, Paris is such a hot spot. This is going to be bad. Like, if this happened in New York, it's going to be bad.
Yeah. Spread like a virus, not what you want.
No. So I'm curious to see what happens with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Well, not moving on. Moving backwards, honestly, to us still talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, but this is different. So everyone knows that Taylor Swift's jet is used a lot for whatever, and she has like the highest emissions of like any celebrity. And so they think that she went to the Jets game. So when you Googled Taylor Swift jet, it didn't come up with all the emissions. It came up with her being at the game. But now, because of this like conspiracy theory almost, when you Google it, you now get this conspiracy theory explaining this. But it's like, I mean, I guess you could say I'm taking Taylor's side because it's just factual. It's like she rents her jet out. So like when it's her jet being used, then people are like, oh, Taylor's using her jet. But like, she's not going anywhere, you know? It's like other people using it. She's getting that bread from letting those people use her jet.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing. I think there was definitely a push to try to hide some of that news, but I don't think, like, a lot of those claims were she went to the Jets game to create Jets news so it covers up the Jets stuff that was already happening.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the case. I think there was just an opportunity that they saw and they were like, all right, cool, let's put the keyword jet in all these titles.
Yeah, because like, I bet right as this was announced, one person Googled like Taylor Swift jets and scrolled down like 6 things instead of the first 5 clicking on them. She was like, or he or she saw the jet emissions. It was like, oh, we're onto something.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of haters out there for Taylor. There's also the fact that they cut to her 12 times during the game. Even Travis Kelce is like, it's a little much.
It's a lot.
He's not saying like a little much just on Taylor, but just in general, like them showing celebrities like that. So I get where it's like people that don't give a shit are going to look for any reason just to be like, this is why she's doing this. This is all a cover up, because people are just like still convinced that the NFL is, she's conspiring or doing something with it, which is just funny.
Yeah. I mean, people on the internet are always going to find something to make a conspiracy theory about. So yeah. That's just one of those, I think.
Never in my life would I have thought that in all of our videos, we'd be talking about Taylor Swift for a month straight with the NFL.
Yeah.
Like,
it is crazy.
Never would I have thought that.
Endless news clips to talk about.
Yeah, because the first it's like, oh, you want to talk about her. Then it's like, oh, you're talking about her too much. Oh, now she's covering up her conspiracies of flying her jet. It's the same thing with Walt Disney and Frozen.
Yeah.
It's like Walt Disney, if you Googled Frozen before the movie came out, it was about how he froze his head.
Yep.
So he could be revived. But then they made Frozen so that you get the nice movie when you Google.
Did you see that in the tweet reply or do you just know that?
No, I saw it on the video that I watched of it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
But that is a real thing.
In the replies to that thread, someone said that.
Really?
They were like, this is just like this. And the person who made the thread was like, shut up. No, it's not. But it kind of is. It's like the same thing. Yeah.
If it was true, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's just not. She just went to a game.
Right.
But the NFL makes such a big deal out of it that it turned into a thing.
It did.
Which is funny. Do you want to switch gears to AI?
Let's switch gears to the AI. DALL-E 3. And it's taken over.
I don't know much about this one.
Yeah, it's basically DALL-E 3 came out, which is the next iteration of DALL-E 2. And I believe that they are able to just create more realistic pictures. If you saw the picture of the man fighting an alligator eating pizza in the swamp, that's from DALL-E 3.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is really good, because when we made our DALL-E video with DALL-E 2, it was not that good.
Very bad.
Disfigured people.
Yes.
Creepy faces.
Bad hands.
Terrible hands.
Yeah.
But then there's that, and then the Kristen Stewart and whatever his name is.
Robert Pattinson. Yeah.
The Twilight ones where they're like little punk rockers in that mirror selfie with the Twilight posters in the background.
Yeah.
That was funny.
It's sick. Yeah. There's one where they're in the forest and there's like a green night screen camera on them and they're eating ramen and it's really weird. Yeah, there's just a bunch of pictures where I think it can use people now. So it can use like LeBron. There's a lot of LeBron pictures, a lot of Peter Griffin, a lot of Drake pictures.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So it's cool. Just another little advancement of AI.
Of us being in the future.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy before it takes over.
Yeah. So go look at some of those. They're fun but weird.
Yeah, they are. So speaking of Drake, big album For All the Dogs came out.
Yes, sir.
And this is big enough to be one of the news stories that we got and not just music we're talking about.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
A lot to dive in. I mean, it's only been a day, so
literally,
it's tough. But
first impressions.
Here's what I like. I like that Benny X is on it with a lot of the production. I think that's cool because it's still Drake sounds, but it's more of a new sounding way to do it because he just has cool sounds. And then Working on Dying is on a lot of it, but it doesn't sound like Working on Dying. It doesn't sound like an Uzi project or a Cardi project or anything like that. So I think that's cool. Not that those producers are, limited to that or anything like that. They just kind of make that music
for it.
Yeah. So I like a lot of that. I like a lot of the songs at the front half. The back half kind of has me falling off a little bit, but I kind of went back to it. The song with Yachty's cool. I like that one a lot. Tried Our Best, I think, is cool. Anyway, I like a lot of the songs. Like, I have a lot of songs listed here that I like. I also like, and this is bias, but like the fact that Virginia Beach is on there. I'm just from Virginia, so that's cool.
I was wondering if you would resonate with that.
Yeah, pretty but ghetto, pretty but rough.
I like how he described it.
I was like, that's
so true.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Because Virginia Beach is the worst, but it's also the best.
Yeah.
But really, it's the worst.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst Myrtle.
Yeah. It's bad. But it's pretty, but it's rough. Mm-hmm. So I liked a lot of it. There's a lot of pros for me. I'll say that, and then you say what you're going to say, and I'll say more things.
It's just funny. I'm on the exact opposite end of the spectrum where the first 3 songs, I was like, all right, I get what he's doing. It's a slow burn album. It's going to pick up. Didn't really like him. Then he had, was it Daylight? Is that the right song? I was like, this song is sick. Now we're getting into it. And then he finished the song with an Adonis verse. He put his fucking kid on there. I could tell. Yeah. I could tell right away. I was like, motherfucker, why? Look, I get you're a proud father. Your kid's going to be something probably successful because of who you are. Dude's like 5. Don't put him on a hard song like that.
This is an Adonis album.
Yeah, I mean, cover art. I think
verse. He's trying to get him into the game.
Yeah, way too young. Way too young. He has no adversity to talk about in anything. But regardless of that, I was like, whatever. Moving on. The back half is what really roped me in. Once it started with What Would Pluto Do? No, it started with the J. Cole song.
Yeah, first-person shooter.
Yeah, first-person shooter. How is that song ever going to be bad? Drake and J. Cole song, of course, it's going to be fucking good. And then it builds up, and I like every single song up till the end at that point. Besides the one with Sexy Red. I'm not huge on that song. I don't have my phone in front of me. It's recording, so I can't look at the track list. But like, What Would Pluto Do? The Lil Yachty song. They brought Tizo back for that BB, whatever that interlude.
Love
Yeah,
interlude,
which I thought was nice. I honestly didn't love the Tizo song in the beginning though.
Yeah, same. I like Tizo's part, but I don't like the full song as
Yeah.
much. It might be something that grows on me. I feel like there's a lot of slow songs on here.
8 a.m. in Charlotte's my favorite too.
That's your favorite one?
But no, my favorite is First Person Shooter. My second favorite is 8 a.m. Charlotte. But I love,
Oh my gosh.
my favorite songs are when Drake just goes in.
Yeah.
Like Middle of the Ocean's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Champagne Poetry, one of my favorites. And then like you got the old Drake where he's just going in bars and bars and bars forever. Like there's no hook.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah. No, that's a good song. I think waking up to that was so cool. It was just on Instagram. I was like, what the fuck?
Same. I literally saw it on Instagram first.
Yeah.
I was like,
that
oh
was really
shit.
cool. But yeah, I wrote down the songs that I like. The one with Yeet, bro, that song is stupid crazy.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were gonna like hate on it for some
No,
reason at first.
that song is so dope. The first minute is that crazy sample. I don't know what that is, but that is cool as fuck. And they put that into just the hardest drop into Yeet, going stupid. I don't give a fuck. It's dope.
Yeah.
I love that. The song with J. Cole is really cool. I think the bar about Young Boy, he's like, still wants a song with Young Boy. Don't believe everything you see on IG.
Yeah.
That one. That was cool. I really like that. Fear of Heights is very good, which is in the beginning. And then, yeah, I only had 8 a.m. in Charlotte and another late night. Lil Yachty on there. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of songs.
Yeah.
That's a lot of songs very quickly.
And like I wasn't going in with the mindset, but like 4 songs in, I was like, all right, am I gonna pull like 4 songs out of this album that I like? No, it's looking more like 8 songs.
Yeah,
like that.
I think I'll probably like half of it.
Yeah.
And that'll be
with an hour and a half album.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's like so fucking long, man. It took me all day to get through it between like work. And I was like in a part of work where I could listen to it. I was like, all right, press play.
Yeah.
And then let it play. And then I was like, no, I gotta not listen to music right now. Turn it off. And it took me all fucking day. But
yeah,
that's it.
I split it up a little bit. But yeah, I like it. I'd have positive feelings about it.
Yeah. Given our tier list, I'd probably put it at a B.
I was thinking about that. And yeah, at this point, a B. First listen, probably a C. But, farther into it.
Yeah,
B.
I think it'll age well. I think he's got some really good songs on there.
I think, like the song I mentioned, Tried Our Best, I think that's what it's called. Like that's one where I didn't catch that at all. I think I skipped it or something. Because when when Drake sings, I just think he's going to sing the whole song. And I'm like, I don't care about when Drake sings real slow. Like
I don't either.
I don't care for those songs. And that might be, not the best of me, but it's the truth. So I think
it's good though.
Yeah.
But this whole song.
He doesn't do it the whole song. He raps in that song and he sings and it's really good. And his melodies are good in that song. So those are the hidden ones that I need to just really listen to like.
Nice.
And that's that.
Well, go ahead and check out our Drake tier list right after this. See where we put all the rest of his albums because, I mean, there's a lot of them and he has a wide range. So check that out. And we're going to go into Ben Bumpin'. No new music besides Drake.
Yep. So I have a new album, New Planet Heaven by Honey. It's a California band. I've mentioned them before. I believe I mentioned them in our pop punk video. They're not very pop punk, but I said they were, and that's a lie. But they're more like indie rock. I've listened to them for a while. They usually seem to come out with music around Halloween time. They're just kind of that vibe. This one's a little bit more upbeat, though. A little bit more upbeat. I'm like, not super October-ish, but it's still very good. It's their 3rd studio album. Songs I like off of it, 16 Stitches, Action, Arrow, Reaction. That song has been out for a little bit. Ring Your Ear, and Nothing Amazing Happens. If that sounds like something you would like, go check it out. And if you know of them, go listen to it. That's it.
Nice. I got one EP, Supernova, Aiden Bissett. I mean, I talked about him releasing it before. Really good. We only got 3 new songs out of it. It's a 7-song EP, which is long for an EP, but 4 of them were already singles, but they're all fantastic. But what my favorite one on there is People Pleaser. It's the opening track. It's a nice, slow, starting off song. Lyricism's really good in that. So great opening track by Aiden. And then one other single, Faceplant by Lolo. I love this chick. Talked about her in our Top Demo Artist video. Check that out if you need some new people to listen to. But, I mean, she was my number one in that video for a reason. Or maybe it was Lizzie. She was my number two and my number one.
Yep.
She doesn't have a bad song. This song slaps. Great vibe. Funny. Talking about how it was based on her face planting on a date and she broke her jaw. And then turned it into a song.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's intense.
And then like the cover is like her in the hospital with like stitches and stuff, but it's just funny.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah. That's just who she is. So she's like a quirky-ish kind of gal.
Right.
Like,
yeah, face planted and broke my jaw.
yeah.
First date.
And then she makes a fucking banger out of it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. On to what I've been bumping this week. This is a band called, or it's really a duo called the Howdy out of Austin, Texas. They're an indie pop duo.
They have to be out of Austin.
Yeah.
Or Texas in general.
And it's
called
spelled HOVVDY to make a W.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're fun. But yeah, no, they're cool. They're like vibey. They're like you're swimming in reverb. Like a beach house type of vibe, but they have like a little bit more cut through with their instruments. But yeah, songs I like: True Love, Talk, Mr. Lee. If you like that type of shit, if you like to swim around in some reverb and some delay, let it fill your car, go listen to those guys. They're pretty cool. They're kind of small, so
nice.
Love them.
I also got a small indie band. I got Dice. I love this band. They have just been heavy on my rotation. They came up on Spotify a lot. I found myself skipping to them a lot. It's like, when I'm not getting them, I'm like, come on, give me it. And they just had a song come out a couple weeks ago, Supervision, which is really good. Check that out. But they have so many good songs. Stop Sign, Double Espresso, Bad Tattoo. I mean, I got into them over the summer, and I think I added just about every song that they have. They are very consistent in their sound. I think they're going to start kind of branching out a little bit more based on Supervision. They're good, man. They're just a feel-good indie vibe. They kind of just channel, like, their concert-wise, from what I've seen, is a little more, like, punky, how they do their shows, which is sick. But, like, their music is not like that, which I think is really cool, that they, like, bring energy like that. It's a little bit different to their live shows, but they're great, man. Check out Dice if you just need a great little just pump-up indie driving song.
I can co-sign that. They are very good.
Hell yeah.
Fun.
All right. Well, that's all we got for the weekly recap this week. Make sure to check out the playlist J&D puts you on, where we continually add new and been bumping music of ours that we like, that we think other people should dive into and you might not have heard of. So give that a listen and make sure to hit subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Later.